Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine Salwa Ramadhani and I am a student of SMAN 21 Surabaya or known as Slekur. I was a student at the most senior level in Slekur, exactly in 12th grade of Social 1 or better known as 12 IPS 1. In order to fulfill my practice exam in English class, today I will explain about short functional text. I will explain some information related to short functional text. Well, there's no need to linger anymore. Let's start it. First thing that I will explain is about the definition of short functional text. Short functional text is a text that has social function to inform something. It's called short functional text because the text is short and has a specific information. Short functional text has certain functions, meanings, and purposes used in everyday life. There are 17 kinds of short functional text, but in this video I will explain to all of you the 4 kinds of short functional text, namely advertisement, invitation, announcement, and memo. Okay, let's move to the section of advertisement. Advertisement has a definition, a notice, such as a poster or a paid announcement in the print, broadcast, or electronic media designed to attract public attention or patronage. Next, I will explain about the characteristics of advertisement. There are 3 characteristics of advertisement, namely, first, strategically sound. In other words, it is carefully directed to a certain audience, it is driven by specific objects, its message is crafted to speak to that audience's most important concerns, and it is run in media that will most effectively reach that audience. Second is have an original creative concept. The creative concept is a central idea that gets the intention and prevails in the consumer's mindset. A concern of creative thinking drives the entire field of advertising. Planning the strategy calls for creative problem solving. Research efforts are creative. And the last one is use exactly the right execution for the message. Good advertisers know that how a message is conveyed is just as important as what is being said in the advertisement. What is said comes from the strategy, whereas how the message is conveyed is a product of creativity and execution. Next is the function of advertisement. The function of advertisement is for promotion, communication, and information. The example of advertisement is divided into 2 parts, namely, commercial advertising media. This part can include wall paintings, billboards, printed flyers, cinema and television ads, web pop-ups, magazines, newspapers, posters, and the backs of event tickets. And the second is covert advertising. Covert advertising is when a product or brand is embedded in entertainment in media. In making an advertisement, keep the following points. Language of advertisement. You must using the correct or suitable words. Using the interesting and suggestive expression. Using positive expression. And the last is text of advertisement should be directed to the goals. Next is content of advertisement. Must be objective and honest, proof and clear, not elude group or other producer, and attractive attention. And this is the example of advertisement. Okay, let's move to the second part. Let's talk about invitation. Invitation has a definition, a document written or printed, or spoken words are conveying the message by which one is invited. The function of invitation is to ask someone to go to a place or to do something. Let's continue to the generic structure of an invitation. The generic structure of invitation is, first, including event title. That means including the purpose or type of event will be held. Second is showing orientation. That means you must inform about what will or who will come. Third is stating date and time. That means including when or where the event will be held. And the last one is giving closing statement. That means including hope of the writer to the reader to come to his or her event. By the way, sometimes we find the initials of RSVP at the end of invitation. These initials stand for the French phrase which means please respond. It means that the person sending the invitation would you like to that the person sending the invitation would like you to tell him or whether you accept or decline the invitation. That is, will you be coming to the event or not? There are two types of invitation, but first, I will explain about a formal invitation. Formal invitation it usually originate from institution, companies, and kind of it. Formal invitations follow strict rules that should be followed. Formal invitation texts use passive voice, long, and complex sentences. And this is the example of a formal invitation letter. Okay, let's move to the second part is informal invitation. Informal invitation is a personal invitation that given to a friend, family, and etc. Informal invitation texts use active voice, short, and simple sentences. And this one is the example of an informal invitation letter. Okay, we will move on to the next part, which is announcement. An announcement is a written or spoken statement in public or formal words containing information about an event that has happened or is going to happen so publicly people know what, when, and where it is about. The function of announcement is used for giving people some information of what has happened or what will happen. The generic structure of announcement is, first, stating purpose. That means the text that contains what event will be held. Second, stating day and date. That means the text that contains when the event will be held. Third, stating place. The text that contains where the event will be held. And the last one is informing sender. That means the text that contains name of the person who will be contacted. Next, I will explain about the language feature of announcement. The language feature of announcement is using simple present tense and simple future tense, using exact noun, pronunciation and intonation, and spelling and punctuation. As you can see, this is an example of an announcement. Okay, let's move on to the last part, which is the memo. Memo has a definition, a message, or other information in writing sent by one person or department to another in the same business organization. A memo is actually short for memorandum. It is one of the most used means of official communication in the business world. Its main purpose is to serve as a reminder or to give some instructions. Memos have been a popular way for commuting for over a century now. This is because they have many advantages as seen below. First, they are a very cost-effective way of mass communication, and their transmission is also very cheap. Second, another advantage is simplicity. They are very simple to write and understand. Third, memos tend to be brief and to the point. They also reach a lot of people, so they are very time saving as well. And the last one is they also serve as evidence in case of a dispute. Let us see what formats are used to write a memo. First is heading. After you write the name and address of the company, you can type the word memo or memorandum at the top of the page in the center. Second is recipient. That means is address the recipients in the correct format. Third is writer. Write the name of the person writing the memo. Fourth is additional recipients. That means these are the people who will receive a courtesy copy of the memo. We don't address the memos to them, but we keep them in the loop. Fifth is date. The date of writing the memos is an important detail that one must include. Sixth is subject line. This will give the reader a brief idea about the information in the memos. The line must be brief, precise, and to the point. And the seventh is the body of a memo. This is where all the information is contained. A formal salutation is not required in a memo. Just relay the necessary information with clarity and precision. The body must not be too long. The ending must restate the issue and end on a positive note. And the last but not least is proofread. Finally, proofread the memo before you sending it. As you can see, this is an example of a memo. I think that's enough for my brief explanation regarding short functional text. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.